everyone, thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a while and I will certainly do my best to get you up to date. To be honest, the whole beer thing just hasn't been a high priority on my list of things to do these days. I really honestly haven't even had any motivation whatsoever to focus too much on beer or recipes or brewing. I still got a shitload of beer in the Keyser that needs to go first. Anyways, a quick little thing here is I went into my local homebrew store a couple weeks ago, and a buddy of mine who works there gave me a beer from another guy who shops there who knows that Andrew, my buddy who works at Bryggeland, he went ahead and asked him to get a beer to me. So he gave me a German Pilsner. So this is what he says about it. His name is Andreas Johansson, or it could be Andreas Johnson. I'm pretty sure it's Johansson, but that's the way it goes. The beer is called Iskalt. It's ice cold. Here's the label. Looking pretty good. Nice little palm tree there on the beach. It says it's nothing special, not very exciting or groundbreaking. It's a German lager. So what he did with this one was he fermented it with a blend of WLP 940, which is a Mexican lager yeast, and also S23. Now, I haven't used the Mexican lager before, but I have used the S23, and I like that one. It came out really, really nice with a Oktoberfest that I tried. So, yeah, there's that. It became a party in there with Mexicans and Germans, and it came out very clean, even with the S23 sprinkled on top. OG on this was 1050. Final was 1009, and ABV comes out at 5.3%. 26 IBUs, using Tettnang hops. So let's go ahead, crack this guy open, get it into the glass, share the experience. There we go. Get that palm tree up there. Label out. This guy's been in the fridge for a couple weeks. Looks like it's a good carbonation. There we go. Nice looking beer. There we go. Let's get the aroma. Very nice lager. Get sort of a floral and spicy, meadowy sort of aroma to it. Yeah, very nice lager-esque. A little bit of, I would say like a little bit of cookie cracker sort of blend in there. Smells very, very nice and inviting. Smells like it described it, crisp and clean. Let's go ahead and dive in. Thanks a lot, Andreas. Cheers. Beautiful. Beautiful clean lager. Yeah. Very nice sort of, it's got like a light biscuit crackery sort of nose to it. The hops are very, very subtle, but they're definitely there, more than a Helles. And they're coming off with just a sort of hint of floral and about equal amounts of spice, that sort of noble hop spice character. Beautiful beer. This kind of reminds me of, and this is not a derogatory comment in any way, but it does kind of remind me of a German Pilsner that you could go buy in the store without the chemical aftertaste. This leaves a nice dry finish, but it also leaves enough, just a hint of that sort of cookie cracker sort of notes on it, on the back note. All right. Beautiful beer, Andreas. Thank you very much. What's been going on lately is not a whole lot. Like I sort of noted off in the very beginning, I haven't been doing any brewing, haven't been thinking about any brewing. Summer went by like that. I was in Vermont for all of July, came back. If you remember, before I left on holiday, I put the Meads on, had 4 Meads, and those guys were fermenting all summer. I came back, they were done. I put them in the fridge and sort of let them crash. So I let all the fruit sort of fall out and crash. And I just racked those over today into new carboys, or yeah, I'll give you a sneak peek of those in a minute. Anyways, my vacation, summer vacation, wow. Fantastic time, had a great time in New York City for the first week in July. Maybe you've seen that video, if not, don't worry about it. So while I was in New York City, I also got a chance to meet up with Barry Wazzer, who's also known as The Brewed Palate. Check out his channel, and I'll put a link down in the description. What a great time it was to meet up with Barry, and he actually took me to his home brew shop and for a beer tasting. So it was kind of a cool sort of club night, community night, where everybody just came into the shop, and the homebrew store owner was there, and everybody was welcome, and they just sort of shared their beers, shared their experiences, and that was really, really cool. Thanks a lot, Barry, for sharing that with me. It was really cool. Also, while I was there, Barry gave me a couple books. He gave me the Joe Papazian Homebrew, the Joy to Homebrew, and the Homebrewer's Companion. And what's cool really about these is that both of them are actually autographed by Charlie himself. So, wow. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. It was so cool. Wow. What more can I say? That was just a really, really nice thing to do. I did share some beers with Barry, and he's reviewed a couple of them. Maybe they're not even ready to be enjoyed. Maybe they kind of suck. I don't know how it travels. Some of them have been in bottles for a while. I don't even know how they are. An Imperial Stout and the Doppelbock. That one, I don't know how long it's been in the bottle. It's been a while. If they're still good, fantastic. If not, I'm sorry. Also, while I was there, also was the lucky recipient of an award from a competition held by none other than Everyday Homebrew Studios, Everyday Homebrew. And he did a competition where he had 3 barrels, and he wanted people to submit names for each one of the barrels. And if he happened to choose the name that you had selected or suggested, then you would win the award. So one of those barrels is going to be named after my suggestion, and in return for that, he sent me the latest and greatest How to Brew book by John Palmer. Also, while I was there at home in Vermont, I was able to head on over to the Alchemist Brewery and get my hands on some Heady Topper, which was fantastic. Had my wife in there with me, so I went in and got some beers, she went in and got some beers, came back the week later with my brother, he got some more beers, I got some more beers, had a case of freaking Heady Topper, and what can I say, I'm spoiled. Maybe that's why my homebrew sort of motivation hasn't been so high lately, because I had all the Heady Topper, and now I know that I could never be that great, so why even try? To be honest with you though, because you know, Heady Topper's a good beer. Fantastic? No, I think I've had better, actually. Now, in fact, I can say Pliny the Elder that I had, it was a 6-month-old bottle that I bought in Barcelona, and that was a fantastic beer, and I would rank that right up there. Another one that I had though at the Alchemist was the Focal Banger. Got a couple left, and those are bloody fantastic. Really, really good. I think better than Heady Topper. They are all that. It's all just Mosaic and Citra. Boom, hits you. Another surprise while I was there was the Crusher. Crusher is a fantastic beer, which I think, if you look at it in terms of for what it is, it's a 9% crushable double IPA. When you drink it, you have no idea that it's 9%. In terms of drinkability, it's better than Heady Topper, no doubt. In terms of, if you compare it to Focal Banger, I mean, there's just opposite ends of the spectrum. Crusher is just like balanced to the bone, and Focal Banger is so much more hop forward, it's ridiculous. Both are IPAs, double IPAs, but definitely equal in terms of greatness. And anyways, I'm going on about Hated Topper. I really shouldn't. Had a really great time at that brewery, and I couldn't go there and not walk away with finally a shirt. So I went ahead and got myself a nice work shirt that I will probably use every brew day from this day forward. So yeah, finally got myself a nice decent work shirt, so really digging that. The control panel is coming along. I got all of the holes inside the control panel done. Now it's basically time to go ahead and get the back set and start putting all of the main components on the backboard, and yeah, then start wiring everything up. I'm not in so much of a rush on that, so yeah, I'm sort of taking my time. Alright, so let's go ahead and skip on forward to the Meads update. Here I've got the 4 Meads that just racked off into sort of secondary today. It's been 2.5 months. They've been on the yeast and on the fruits that they had in there, and they were pretty well crystal clear when I first started doing the sampling. And these 3 are. This sample is actually taken from what was left in the first container, first fermentation vessel. So it's a little bit cloudier than the rest. This one right here is the Atomic Fireball. This one I was inspired by one that Larry Lentz, Larmo 22, sent to me. His was much more cloudy, and looking at what had settled into the bottom of my fermenter for this one, I kind of know why. This one, of course, has been sitting for 2.5 months, so all that candy sort of stuff had sort of settled out down into the bottom, and it really cleared out. All of them came out right around 10.7%, so not huge meads. They started off at 1090, ended up, average was 0.0096. So, tasting this guy. This is the Atomic Fireball. It's got that really nice mead notes to it. It's got that honey wine aspect to it, with some cinnamon heat to it in the back note, but it's very slight. It's nowhere near as just luscious, I want to say, as the one that Larmo 22 sent me. This one is, you know, not even a shadow of that one. This one is all mead with just a little bit of sort of candy cinnamon notes in the back. This one is the spiced orange. This one I used, it's a common spiced orange recipe that's out there on the net. This one is very interesting. Had a little bit of ginger in it, had orange, mostly orange, the oranges in it, with a little bit of orange peel on 2 of the peels. Cut it into 8 sections, and then 2 of the sections I left the peel on it. You gotta refer to my notes here. Also, allspice and nutmeg. On this one, it comes off more floral. I let my wife try it, and she smelled it, and she said it smells like Spain. It's sort of very spicy, sort of musky, not musky in the beer off flavor sense, but very sort of spicy notes, but also more floral than anything. Cheers. The taste on this one, I definitely get more orange first, and almost sort of a cinnamon-esque notes to it as well. And I can, if I search for it, then I can find that sort of allspice nutmeg combination in the background. It's not bad. It's nice. It's definitely not bad. Next one is the coconut and vanilla. I get coconut on the aroma. It's like fresh coconut. Even though I toasted it, I don't get it. I don't get the toasted coconut. I just get sort of like the fresh coconut aroma. Not on the flavor. The flavor is maybe hints of toasted coconut, but more sort of fresh coconut. And definitely just a little bit of the vanilla in there. So I'm really happy with the way that that turned out. Very happy. This guy, this is the raspberry cranberry. So for this one, I used 400 grams of raspberry and 200 grams of cranberry. It all came out in the color. It's quite nice. The aroma on it is like a candy raspberry. Almost like Swedish fish. If you go and get those red Swedish fish candies, it's very similar to that. Cheers. The taste matches the aroma. It's more raspberry than it is anything else. If I search for the cranberry, I really can't distinguish it. It's more about the raspberry in this one, and I think the cranberry sort of lends to that as well. Now they're really good, every single one of them. Not bad. The this one, the Atomic Fireball one, the candy one, yeah, it came out more mead than Fireball, so I think that one is probably the closest one to a base, really. Even though I put in, I think 15 Fireballs, and this was only 1 gallon, a 1 gallon batch. So 15 Fireballs, which I think is twice the amount compared to what Lermo 22 did. So if that says anything, it should come out more Fireball-ish, but it actually comes out less than what I got from Larry's. But yeah, the spiced orange, lots of character. Coconut, vanilla, hints of both. And the cranberry raspberry, yeah, it's kind of like that candy sort of raspberry. So yeah, very interesting. In terms of a mead experiment, I have this is my second attempt at doing a mead. And of course, split them up, so technically it's my 6th meads, but yeah, they are what they are. I did try a mead when I was in Vermont. Wasn't able to get to the Moonlight Meadery, but there was a local meadery there in Burlington, which we did pick up a couple, not a couple, we picked up 1 mead from there. And it was really, really nice, really, really subtle. Not a lot of extra flavor that it was going for, so it was really just hints of agave or whatever it was they were going for. I forget, but these are a little bit more powerful than that, but yeah, it's mead. So I look forward to being able to share these with a few people and getting some additional feedback. And you know, it's homebrew, so it's all about sharing. Another thing that's been going on in my life sort of that keeps me busy is new puppy. We got a new puppy. We got a new Nova Scotia Duck-Tolen Retriever. If anybody knows what that is, it's pretty much the smallest version of a retriever. It's not really part of the retriever breed, but it's in the name. Very, very nice, smart, active pup. He's only 13 weeks old today. We picked him up when he was 8 weeks old. So you can kind of see we've been really busy with him, and he's a lot of great fun to spend time with and very active. That's a new addition to the family. It's really a new baby, and it's taken up a lot of our time. So yeah, so that's about it. That's all that's going on. I do have one more beer from Barry to review. I also, when I was at the homebrew store to pick up the beer from Andres, I also got a spiced IPA from one of the employees there. So I'm going to go ahead and make a separate video for that and share that with them. So that's about it. I mean, I don't want to take up all your time. I really appreciate you guys stopping in and checking in, and look forward to your videos. really appreciate the people that take the time to make the videos and share the information about their homebrew. That's all that's going on in my neck of the woods, guys. Hope you guys are having a hell of a week. Have a better weekend. Cheers. These taster glasses are great, but no, I'm not going to drink them all.